Hey guys, Jeff Ryan here. I was just taking some pictures of things I want to put on eBay. I don't know if I'm going to put the pink one on, the pink willies on eBay yet, but I was just taking some pictures. I'm done authenticating the pink willie, guys. It is an Aurora as far as I'm concerned. Oh, another good thing, I just heard it click. You see the train going there? I've got the back and forth working. So I don't have to fuss with, anything forward or reverse on it. It does it automatically. I am pleased as punch with that. My buddy Ian was helping me out with it, and we couldn't get it to work. We were having some fun with it, and it would just go back and forth on its own. So finally, yesterday, I took the little module here to Golf Course Model Railroad and swapped it out, and then this one's working perfectly. So I'm glad that bugger is working out. All right, guys, I have a Mustang that come in. Yikes, right? Gold. You know what? Didn't hold up through the years. Did not hold up through the years. I took it out of the package a bit ago. I have not put it on the track. It looks like it's got everything there. You know what? Looks like it's ready to go. It's got the foam tires in the back there. So I bet you they really wanted this bugger to go fast. All right. Transformer. See what we get. Okay, we got it going. It's going. I'm sure that chassis is going to need to be cleaned and those tires going to be changed out. And I forgot to look at, when I got out of the box, what color is that underneath? Probably a tan? Yeah, probably a tan. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this bugger. We're going to strip the paint off of it. We're going to give the chassis a tune-up. What do we need? A back bumper there. The front one looks like it's intact, a little bit of play wear, not bad. We'll see if we need to do it. Well, I tell you what, if we're going to get the paint off of this, that front bumper is coming off. So let's go ahead and get after it. Very good. Well, at least we know it runs. That's a good, that's a good indicator. Bet you we can get it to run better. And I remember the foam tires, when they're new, they're good. They're good. But I don't know, 50 years old, you saw them just sitting there spinning. You know what? Absolutely just spinning. There we go. So, okay, we have a hole. Didn't see that. We got a hole. Big deal though. You really can't see it through the windshield. I wonder why they did that though. I wonder why they did that. Okay, the roof is going to have to come off, and the front bumper is going to have to come off. And what did they do? Glue it back in pretty good? All right, let me get my X-Acto knife. All right, very good. I was just pushing on here just a second ago. I was grabbing the X-Acto knife. It feels like he's got them glued in really good. Same thing with the roof posts there. They're glued in really good. So I'm going to soak this in warm or hot salt water. Why salt water? Salt water has a propensity to get glue off of things. Like even if you were to like crazy glue or super glue your fingers, warm salt water will get them apart. So that's the reason why I'm going to dunk this in a cup of warm salt water. Let me go ahead and go to the sink and get that ready. Okay, very good. I just got back from the sink there, and I covered the entire bottom of the cup with salt, added some really hot water to it. I'm going to submerge the body and just let it sit in there for a bit. That should help loosen up all that old glue. Got an air bubble in there. There we go. So I'm going to let that set, I don't know, about 10, 15 minutes, something like that. I might even refresh the water as far as being warm, get it all stirred up again. So let's see how it comes out. While that body is soaking, let us see what we got. We already know about the back tires. We're going to change those out. But overall, looks pretty good. And this happened a lot. There was people would cut out the side here to release the heat. I understand that. I get that. But if you're properly oiled, you're going to reduce that quite a bit. No need to cut that because the heat can still come out the little corners there. So I understand why they did it, but keep them properly oiled and then they don't overheat, guys. They really don't overheat. Yes, they get warm when they're run properly, but they really don't overheat that much. Okay, I always look at the bottom of the comm plate. Looks good. Looks like it's in good shape. Any oil on there? Yeah, a little bit of the dried oil, not too bad. Looks pretty clean. Let's go ahead and get the magnets out. There we go. And the brushes, hopefully they both fall out. That's what I always want to see. Again, when they're stuck in there, when that hole is melted and they don't freely move in that little hole, then you have to get like a file, a rat tail file. You got to get a rat tail file. Then you can open up that hole, and then you got to rebend the brush springs and all that stuff. Pain in the butt. Usually no fun. But this looks like it's in not too bad shape. It really doesn't. I don't think we're going to have to do a deep cleaning on it. I'm going to get the wire Dremel brush out and clean everything that I get at. And it sounds like the dogs are having fun underneath the slot guard table here. Just a sec. Just had a bit of a snafu. I thought I was hit record when I was tearing apart the rest of the chassis. I took a photograph of it and then realized it too late. So I got the rest of the chassis discombobulated. I got the Dremel with the wire brush on there. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the brush shoes and the bottom of the plate here. I'm going to take care of the com plate too. But I was asked very, very recently as far as the wire brush. It's a steel wire brush. I know Dremel makes a copper, if I'm not mistaken, but I use the steel. And the comment that was made is, hey, listen, they really don't last too long. Yeah, I get it. I buy at least 2 at a time whenever I get them. I always buy at least 2 because they don't last too long. One, they start losing hairs and or wires, I guess. And the other one is they start, the diameter gets smaller. It gets smaller with them. So you do have to get new ones. You got to get new ones. I'm going to go ahead and hit the bottom of the com plate while I got it going. What's interesting is I've said this many times. This is the quickest, easiest, fastest way I've ever cleaned the com plate. And it's done, and it looks great, and that was just a couple seconds. Recently, I had a comment. It was something to the effect like, oh my God, cleaning a com plate with a wired Dremel brush is like cracking a nut with a sledgehammer. No, it's not. It's just the fastest, quickest way I've ever found to do it, guys. That's all there is to it. It's just the fastest, quickest way. That's all. That's all. I mean, you can make good work, quick work out of it by using the Dremel. All right, guys, let me take care of the shoes, and I will definitely check in on the body here, see how that's doing. Just a sec. Okay, that chassis, that body's been in there as long as we've been working on the chassis. I took this out just a second ago, and the front bumper's going to need some more time in the salt water there. So I'm going to let that be for a little bit longer. Okay, in the meantime, I'm thinking I've got everything cleaned up with the wire brush. I'm going to go ahead and do some reassembly here, just making sure that the brushes are clean. Make sure you get both sides when you do that, guys. That's the nice thing about these flat brushes, is that's the easiest way to clean them right there, and they're done. They're done. Very good. Let me go and do some reassembly. I know I said it before, I'm just starting to reassemble. Always oil, at least I do when I'm reassembling. It's the easiest way to get to all these places, because I just got the back axle in, but I still needed to oil that little hole right there. So again, oil while you're putting it back together. Easiest way to do it. Just got the engine clamp on. It is time to test this bugger at the transformer. See what we get, guys. See what we get. See what we get. Oh, that's a good running chassis. Yeah, that's a good running chassis right there. Well oiled too. Okay, see how smooth it sounds, you know what? It did run before we got it torn apart and reassembled, but not well. So we got the chassis. All right, I'm probably, pardon me, I'm gonna refresh that water, get a little bit more warm and let that bugger soak for a while. Still pretty much soaking wet. I refreshed the water a bit ago. I just got it out, and I'm starting to push on these holes that he's got it glued into. I think he's got the whole damn bumper glued in, you know what? Not just the holes. I don't know. I'm getting some give. I'm getting some give. Let me put this in front of me for a sec, just a sec. All right, very good, very, very good. It's coming out, guys. That warm water and the salt makes it happen. Look at that. It is coming out. And boy, that's some old ass glue, isn't it? There we go. All right. Look at the boy. He even glued the instead of the post. He glued the back of it in too. There with the top. Okay, good. Came out in one piece, guys. We're in good shape. Don't know if I'm going to use that one again. Let me go ahead and look for a chrome kit for this thing. Yeah, I got more than one chrome kit. These are all for the Mustang. I've got the windshield as far as the, if you want to do a convertible, I got a boot, I got front and back bumpers. Let me go ahead and grab two of the bumpers out of here. I was just taking a second and cleaning up the area there. And when I have a bumper that's either even a partial bumper, but I think can either be cleaned up or restored or something like that, I put it over here, and then I'll make a whole project out of getting those stripped down, cleaned up, and re-chromed. I've yet to answer this email. A gentleman emailed me, and I've got some of these tires. These tires over here are for the Thunder bikes, for the back tires of the Thunder bikes. They work wonderful. My buddy Walter has these. He's allowed me, if somebody wants them, I can give out a pair of them. But if you want to buy, like if you got 6 Thunder bikes, you got to go through him. So I'm going to send the gentleman who asked me about them, I'm going to send him a pair, see what he thinks. I love them. I think the traction with them compared to the 50-year-old tires, 60-year-old tires is absolutely wonderful. I really do. So that's that. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get back to those bumpers over there. I grabbed the front bumper there, and I was just getting ready to check the back one. I'm just checking the kind of dry fit them, see how they do. Oh, snaps right in. And what's nice about it is they give you enough of the peg there. If you do want to glue or hot knife it in, you can do it. You can do it. Very good. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we can do about getting this gold paint off. Fantastic. So we got the chassis running good. I can't wait to see it on the track. I got the back tires replaced there. Yes, I did. Got the back tires replaced, the foam ones. Yeah, they're good when they're new, but right now let's just go with some that actually have some good life left in them. Now the gold on the body, what I'm going to do is just plop it into the cup here, and then just I'm going to cover the whole thing with Easy Off. There's a couple easy offs out there. This is the one I used, one in the yellow can. I think the other can is like a dark blue or something like that, but this is the one that I use. And the first go around, and you might have to do it more than once, the first go around, I leave it saturated for about 15 minutes, pardon me, then I'll wash it off with warm water, repeat as needed. I've never had to let anything set overnight or anything like that. Easy Off is pretty quick about getting the paint off. All right, let me go ahead and get started. Getting ready to saturate it, but boy, if you do, use it in a ventilated area. I've got the garage door open now, and I've got a fan point right at us here. I don't want to keep this smell of the Easy Off in the garage whatsoever. So let me go ahead and shake the can and get this bugger saturated. Oh, yummy! You know what? We have foamy Mustang. We got foamy Mustang. All right, we just gotta let it wait. That's all we gotta do. I know it's been at least 15 minutes since I put this in the Easy Off, so let's do this. Get some warm water run over it, see how it comes out. Just kept rinsing it with hot water. I yet to take it out of there. Let me go and fish it out of there real quick. Okay, good. Just got out of the cup. Tan as we suspected, but look at the blue hue of some of this. Okay, it's still coming off. It's still coming off. I might hit this again. Blue. It's kind of a real pale blue. Is that the, I don't know, underside of the gold? I'm not sure. But it looks, I don't know why that is. It's like very, very, very light blue, almost a gray, like a light gray. I don't know. I'll fiddle with that as far as getting some more Easy Off on that. I might use a Q-tip to get that off rather than submerge the whole thing in the Easy Off again. So let me go ahead and work on that for a bit, see how it comes out. All right, for the last few minutes, I've been working the spots that had that blue, grayish stuff on it, cleaning out the lines around the door. I noticed that now that we got the paint off, they sanded it back here, don't know why. Maybe that's to make the car go faster, I don't know. And also, the door handles on both sides are off. Don't know why, but it's certainly gonna look better when we get done with it. So, and one thing I was thinking about is I gotta wash it real quick, but this is gonna like just soak up the VRP, you know? It's gonna be absolutely wonderful. Okay, got the VRP out, vinyl, rubber, plastic, made by the chemical guys. It works on vinyl, rubber, plastic quite well. I've done all three. Don't let your wife hear that. She'll be having you do her car. I'm speaking from experience. So look how dull everything is. And what's on the roof there? Is that paint missing from the inside? You know how they painted the inside roofs? I don't know. I don't know what the hell that is. But anyways, and look how dull the hood is in the trunk and everything. This is going to benefit from the VRP. I'm going to go ahead and shake it up. I'm going to splooge some on. Then I'm just going to rub it in with a paper towel. Just got 3 little drops. I know it doesn't look like much, but that's more than enough to do the whole car. Okay, let me go ahead and wipe it in there. I got it rubbed in real good. Now it's just wait and let it do its thing. Looks good right now. We'll see how it comes out. Okay, getting back to the VRP that's been on the Mustang for a while. You see how it kind of like self-levels? I mean, it's not completely level, but it doesn't have like the lines in it from the paper towel use. So let me go ahead and get the rest of this off. Then we're going to like shirt buff it out. Okay, I just got done buffing out with my shirt a little bit. Look at the roof. Absolutely wonderful, huh? I can see scratches, some light scratches still in there, but much better than it was. So we are gaining on it, guys. Next is, let's go ahead and get the bumpers fit in there, pardon me, fit into the body, and it'll be track time after we get that chassis on the body. All right, got the front and the back bumper installed there, and it's looking good, guys. Looking a whole lot better than it was when we got it. You know what? Whole lot better. Good, here we go. And the test lap, yes. Like that a lot. And the chassis, boy, that I don't even have it opened up. That's pretty smooth. That runs good. Yes, it ran when we got it. Didn't run very well, but yes, it did indeed run. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't got my book yet, please, at Amazon, you can get the book there. It's been getting some good reviews, and I appreciate everybody that has shown any interest in it. And once again, guys, I've got the pink Willies here. I've been taking some pictures. I want to take some more pictures of it. Just trying to archive everything that I've, every angle and everything I got into it. All right, once again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you need anything. See you guys.